We're still streaming, I just wasn't recording.
Oh, you dumb bitch.
It's fine. How do I get out of this? Hello? There we go. So, we're gonna go with relax.
You wanna save first?
Oh, yeah. Save. Okay, we're gonna go with relaxed and indifferent.
Yeah, you just met him.
Begin step 1 at relaxed indifference? Yes. Early the next morning, you were poking at your food, eating it slowly. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out.
Excited to see your new friend again,
She has a
Puck?
nose piercing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Maybe my inner lesbian.
Here's your exasperated cat. Can't think of words.
Maybe we can become friends.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Am I?
Am I?
Bowl was entirely empty, so you nodded. Yeah. With all the
You're 8.
Exasperation of an 8-year-old can mutter. You looked at your empty bowl of cereal, then at Mom. Okay attitude, kid. We see.
Good job. He should be here soon.
Cleanup began, and then on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like hesitant, like the person wasn't sure where they were in the right place. Still loud, though. You need to get a more obvious doorbell.
I know. Could you get it?
Little toddler walk. Because Mom said so, you wandered over to the door. Hey, Pitch family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Cub looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. You studied Cove apathetically. This was the parents' plan, not yours. Not seeming any more excited than you were, he just stared back. You twisted the threaded bracelet on your wrist. You twisted the crystal bead bracelet on your wrist. You twisted the flower bead bracelet on your wrist. Bracelet. Twisted the shell bracelet on your wrist. Threaded bracelet.
You want to go play in your room, Hawk?
Sure. Come on, it's upstairs.
Okay.
Let us know if you need anything, you two.
Have fun, kids.
See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing at your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were... What do you want?
I heard a noise.
Shut up. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out of. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. You leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall.
I like this.
Me too. I drew that. Thank you. I don't. Damn. I drew that.
Cool.
You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. You started to feel a bit nervous. You felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped he liked your room. We're glad for the company. It was nice to have someone new in your to play with. Then his eyes laid on the tiny box of beach things you'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead.
What's that?
What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Do you have any driftwood in there?
Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. I think so. Yeah, see? You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat. This is a good collection.
I need you to fix your fucking wavy-ass eyebrows.
They don't fix.
Why?
They look like little
They look like
spurs.
fucking little worms. You got the sense that from the tone of his voice, that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like...
Shiloh.
Shallow.
Shiloh.
What is Shiloh?
A friend of Lizzie's.
He actually meant it. Okay. Oh right, I almost forgot. Shiloh is gonna be here today.
Shiloh?
Lizzie's friend. Or like, her #1 fan, I guess.
Do I have to see him?
It should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine, but, you know. Come on, check out my shells some more. I found this one under a piece of seaweed that had washed ashore, and you pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. Jesus fucking Christ. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for them. Your voice fluttered a little bit, but
Faltered.
faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best you could. Okay. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like a full force of his attention. Holy shit, why can't I read today? Like you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience, but to be the center of such dedicated focus. Holy shit. Even if it was only directed at the shells. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea of making him unhappy. No, you could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was a part of that would be a bad idea.
Yay.
Jesus fucking Christ. This is only step 1 of this game. Doesn't help that we're playing. It doesn't help that we're playing Danganronpa next, so it's not like I get an escape from reading. Ooh. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Silo's visit.
Shiloh. Silo is what you put your crops into.
What's a silo?
A silo is what you put your crops into.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm learning
That's
things
where they
today.
keep their wheat and corn.
Oh. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway.
Brought a box of shells. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them.
Why do you look so pitiful?
Because he didn't ask.
Fucking... I'm gonna sound like a dick saying this, but you have such a punchable face. Can I dropkick this child?
Oh my god.
Great! Okay, but be careful. You should have asked. Great! Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell.
Oh.
Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining.
I think this is the best one of them.
I could just fucking
No!
a very punchable face.
Why are you wearing a wife beater?
See? This is my favorite too. I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You can take it. You can have it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide.
Really?
Sure. You like it a lot, right?
Uh-huh. But I don't want to take them from you. It's okay.
You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted, you let it go.
Take the fucking shell, child.
See, I was a pretty laid back child. Okay. I'm realizing his hair is literally seafoam green. Yeah, it is. Fucking his dad's obsessed with the ocean. His hair looks like fucking seafoam. His eyes also look
Cove.
like I'm seeing a theme here. I get it, we're on a beach, but what the fuck? You didn't want to pressure Cove too much. It was supposed to make him happy, not nervous. Plus, Cove is your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person didn't knock, he figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that.
Was his friend?
You nodded. But that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away.
This isn't a good idea.
You'll be alright. He's here, we can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked on the back of the house.
I go out the window.
He went out the window. Oh shit. Ah! No. How do I go back? Log. He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of what to say, you stepped forward, then paused. You want to break your other arm? Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you.
If I'm Lizzie, you get to be Shiloh.
Okay. I'll come with you. Hurry! They'll see where we're going. He glanced back at you and then nodded. The two of you made your way to the window together. It isn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked up to see that Cove was already taking off away from the house. He was fast, but you knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast. You knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast, but neither were you. At that speed, you weren't sure if you could go fast enough to reach him. Fucking, I don't know how fast he was. I can't see him going yum.
You get to choose. You can either make him above you or below you.
Cove! You ran as fast as your legs would take you. Get the grass whipping around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cove slowed to a halt and looked back at you. Where are you going?
I don't know. Somewhere else. Just don't want to see.
Fuck! You looked back and saw Shiloh huffing down the hill after you. The backpack he clutched bouncing all around along the way. What are you doing? Can I come? He's a boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind.
You give him too bit deep of a voice, though.
Where are you going? Can I come? Oh, hi! Are you Cove?
Yeah.
I'm Shiloh.
Okay.
Yep. Are you going back? Or are you going to play outside? Shiloh's eyes moved between you and Cove. The smile remained strong on his face. It got a tiny frown from Cove in response. You were just grateful he hadn't asked why you had been running away.
Inside, we left the box on the floor.
Right. My shells and stuff. We have to go make sure they're okay. Okay! My phone's gonna fucking die. Me struggling with life. Okay.
Oh, I was pulling up. Oh, we got 4 viewers.
Oh, wow! No, it's 3.
Mine? This one says 4.
Oh, well, what you fucking go?
Wow.
Ah.
Shut up!
Jesus Christ! Oh, I fucked it. Okay. With Shiloh trailing behind, and you and Cove headed back to the house.
Is yours?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I can tell you what it is. Fucking, hold on.
Oh, God damn it!
Like I said, I can tell you what it is. It's not me. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Now is not the time. Okay, anyway. After that rude, very rude interruption, even though they're fucking tracking that we're trying to fucking stream, but whatever. Anyway. Back to this. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you are concerned, was to sit and look at beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? Styx fucking ran away. So, it's a pretty color. Kinda like my cast. The beautiful glittery pink did look a bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay. Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. Might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool. I guess. I like those colors too. There are better colors. Not sure how to deal with the sudden, more awkward silence. You looked back at your shells. I like those colors too. Awesome! Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that... Blah, 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 blah. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Oh. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know. Aw. Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park. He looked towards you. There's a park? Yeah, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up and before you even had it, before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do? You do too, right, Huck? The park is fun. I read that like shit. I love it. The park is great. No. The park is great. Yeah. It's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do. And lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. Sounds like it could be cool. So, are you going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. Oh, okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short. She should always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Huck! Shiloh! Hi! She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You weren't sure if this was an improvement. Who's that? It's Cove. He's new. I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wiggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are? Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie's the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Huck's age. Yeah. I thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about the other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. I'm back. Well, I've been unabandoned. Woo. There aren't any.
Oh wait, I thought I was Lizzie. Or are you just wanting to read this and then continue off after?
Oh yeah, you are Lizzie, so you can do it.
There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists bring their kids here. It's the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. Oh.
For a second, it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie.
Kind of old people, like moms and dads or grandparents. Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? You haven't done anything.
Only some of them don't like kids. Stop saying stuff like that. You're gonna upset him. Yeah, they're really bad.
Are these hot dogs still technically frozen? Yes.
Jesus Christ, are you eating frozen hot dogs right now?
Yeah.
This bitch.
I didn't want to make noise on the microwave. Hello.
Fucking, we've already got 2 rude people yelling.
We can hear you through
On
the
the
walls. We heard you before then.
Only some don't like kids. You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't. Why are you eating frozen hot dogs?
Because they're running it all out.
I swear to God.
They're not fully frozen.
You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead increasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Huck in school. You'll see tons of kids there when summer is over.
I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end.
Shiloh looked down to the dirt. This is a crime. In the pits with you, you're committing this food crime.
I'll go down to the pits, it's fine.
Okay, not only are you eating on stream, but you're eating frozen hot dogs. There's still ice crystals on it. You got icy hot dogs. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hadn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot, too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort, at how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely, he didn't really know, but she laughed, face scrumbling up. Why are you doing this?
'Cause I'm a fucking raccoon. The hot dogs deserve better. What, do you want to hear the microwave?
Fucking, you're up, bro.
Oh shit. Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it.
Damn. That's right.
You want me to read this since you can't read? And you'll probably lose your place? For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more than Shiloh, and on some days she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, in the way the sun and lunch and the beach were. I prefer that than imagining you eating
frozen hot dogs with ice crystals. The internet has spoken. Go microwave your hot dogs.
I'll microwave my hot dogs after I read this.
I'll read it. Go microwave your hot dogs.
Okay. Take the fucking thing so it doesn't make so much fucking noise.
It's alright. We're rectifying the situation here.
For new people, our mic is a headset on the couch.
Yeah, because we're poor and don't have an actual mic. Fucking my computer's sitting on a stool right now. We don't even have a proper desk for it.
Hello?
Are you okay?
Where's the paper towel?
They're on the counter.
Oh, they're not.
Well, then fucking they got Thanos snapped. I don't know what to tell you. That first summer, you hadn't really been interested in him, one way or the other. He was just kind of a fact of life. Someone you met with because he was there. Of course, that was only the start of things. Moment select. Let's go shopping. Come back before it gets dark, alright, sport? The familiar voice drifted across the street and drew your attention away from the snail you'd been watching inch slowly across the pavement. Cove waited in front of his dad, pushing his green hair back out off of his face, from where the breeze was blowing it over his glasses. He looked to be paying only a mild amount of attention as he was being handed a few slips of green paper. It reminded you of when you'd first met Mr. Holden, although he's probably not paying Cove to be his friend, be friends with himself. Cove's dad seemed to feel your gaze somehow, or maybe you made a noise, because a second later his eyes were on you. He waved you over with a smile. He looked happy to see you, but you still felt a little weird for getting caught. You've gotta learn how to be more sneaky. You brushed your hands together to free them of sand, then jogged over to join the two. Good to see you again. What excitement are you up to today, Huck? Taking a walk. I found a pretty cool snail across the road. There's lots of snails around here. Mr. Holden grinned at you kindly. After you finished answering the question, Mr. Holden's attention returned to Cove, who was preoccupied with folding the bills he had into a tiny rectangle. Sounds fun. You know, Cove was about to hit the stores by the beach. Why don't you go with him? You shrugged. Cove was in the process of making a similar motion. You didn't have anything else to do, and you hadn't been to the stores in a few days. Maybe there was something new to look at. Maybe. Is that okay? I was going by myself, but I guess it is. You don't have to. Great. I'm sure you guys will have loads of fun.
Being emo.
Oh, you gotta please do about the microwave your hot dogs.
I'm microwaving the hot dogs.
Oh, now. Fucking eating frozen hot dogs. Jesus Christ. Mr. Holden reached into his pocket and pulled out a leather wallet filled with money. You found it odd, since your mom's only ever seemed to have cards in theirs. Here. He leaned in to pass a crisp pen to Cove, giving him a wink and a whisper. Get something for your friend, too. Sure. That's my boy. Cove's dad ruffled his son's hair as they run in. I just glance over to see a little gremlin run.
Hot dogs are...
Frozen ones are depressing. Yes, I agree with you. Fucking...
Bitch, I know you in real life hot air.
Fucking... They were on sale, so one of my parents' friends fucking bought a bunch of them and just dropped them off one day, so now we have way too many fucking hot dogs, bro. It's terrible. Cove's dad ruffled his son's hair, and as he was straightening back up, the bill in his hand still held out towards the green-haired boy. Take care. I know you do, that's why I'm saying it.
How dare.
Cove accepted the bill after a second and slipped it into his pocket. Then, with one last nod, Jesus fuck. With one last nod, his dad turned and started walking. You followed after him, intrigued at the possibilities this outing might bring. Cove stranded towards the gentle tide creeping up the sand, and you fell into place beside him. It was a nice day. The sun was shining, and there weren't many clouds in the sky, though the wind coming off the ocean kept it from being too hot. You took a deep breath, enjoying the scent of salt and ocean air. When you looked at Cove, he was dragging his feet through the sand a little. You slowed down to wait for him. His eyes searched the ground intensely. Are you looking for snails? Are you looking for shells? What is it? You didn't feel the need to ask why. Are you looking for shells? Cove startled a little at the sound of your voice and mumbled, sort of. If you see any, you can let me know.
Oh wait, that was Cove.
Oh.
You fucked it.
Back.
They're microwaved.
No bread, no sauce, no condiments.
There's no condiments for me.
There's nothing. Just plain depressing sausages. Him good. You can manage that. You dropped your view to the sand, walking carefully so you didn't step on any. You were good at finding shells. You had a lot of them at home, and always found new ones whenever you visited the beach. Your eggs have dry? You see what I have to deal with? This is fucking bullshit.
Hey, best thing is, they don't know where we live. They can't get on to me in person.
I can. You're a depressing bitch.
I'm a raccoon.
The comforting sound of the waves filled the silence with pleasant white noise, and you played a little game with yourself as you walked along, getting as close to the water as possible without getting wet. Oh, we're back up to 5. Hello. I can sure as heck try to find you. Don't test me. Oh no. Please don't hunt us down. That's not great for my paranoia. It resulted in
Here, you can text me somewhere to meet up and then yell at me there. How about that?
I can accept that. It resulted in you having to run up the sand quickly when a wave rushed in more than a few times. And although Cove threw a few glances your way, you didn't say a word. You didn't either. What did you want to go to the shops for? What do you usually do on the beach? Yeah, alright, that works. What did you want to go to the shop for?
I need a new sand pelt.
Yeah? What happened to your old one?
I got hot dog in my mouth.
Whose fault is that? Cove narrowed his eyes, seeming to think deeply for a second.
It disappeared.
What? Really? Cove ducked his head down, lacing his fingers behind his back. It didn't seem like he was going to continue, but you nudged his arm. How did that happen?
Well,
Cove opened his mouth and then shut it again, considering.
I took it to the beach one day.
Mm-hmm.
When I got home, it wasn't there.
Hello,
wasn't
anonymous chatter. How is it going?
Oh, hello.
You left it there?
Nope. It wasn't at the beach when I got back.
Then you lost it.
It disappeared. What about you? What do you want out there?
I come to the beach a lot. I like swimming. I like looking at fish. I like to build sand castles. Nothing. See, I have no idea what I would enjoy at the beach. Hello, new person.
We're
yes,
fucking weird.
Greetings to the new person. It's
Yeah.
just them saying hello.
Okay. Yeah, we're being weird and lonely and playing a dating sim, so don't mind us.
Yes, we're having a great time. I'm gonna just say I don't come to the beach a lot. You like the beach fine, but you rarely went down without Lizzie. Today had been a special occasion.
Why?
I don't know. I guess I'm doing other stuff. Cove seemed personally offended by this revelation. The beach must matter a lot to him, but that makes sense. His name is Cove after all. Once you reached the shopping area, the noise level grew exponentially. Fucking Jesus Christ! No longer just waves and footsteps, but the chatter of people enjoying the lovely summer day. The call of birds trying to find bits of food left behind, and lots of salespeople trying to get attention. Jesus. Oh, don't tell me that! Fucking, I don't know anything about this game. Am I gonna end up crying?
What is it saying?
I said, oh my god, this game had me sobbing.
Oh.
Am I gonna end up crying from this game? What have you put me up to?
It depends on how much you like the game. I haven't finished it personally either.
Fucking playing this game was Styx' idea, and now you got me scared. You sniffed the air as you walked beside Cove.
Don't spoil.
Don't spoil.
It's so good.
It's so
good. They were sobbing from it being good.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
I'm invested.
Fantastic. Yes, please, no one spoil because fucking I have no idea what happens in this game, and I hate spoilers. So
And I don't know
do
the
it.
ending, and this is my high school life when I didn't want to do my schoolwork. Oh,
You sniffed the air as you walked beside Cove. You could still smell the ocean, but there were other scents now too.
good.
Pizza, pretzels, hot donuts. Fantastic. No spoilers. Let's go. It's nice. It's not very nice. It's alright.
The smell of pizza and pretzels.
Food is good. Fucking, it's nice. The energy surrounding the area seemed to fill you, and there was a bounce in your step as you began looking at all the familiar sights. There were so many things to do, you didn't know where to begin. You looked at Cove, hoping he was just as excited as you were. Cove was glancing from one side of the street to the other with a look in his aquamarine eyes that you couldn't quite work out.
What's that?
But that. Cove pointed. Cove pointed to a large crowd of people gathered near a few tables with large, colorful umbrellas blooming from their middles. Just the phrase "anything from their middles" is odd. All right. You couldn't see past the adults who were blocking the way, but you knew there must be something worth seeing. Without another word, the two of you hurried over to see what all the commotion was about. Feast your eyes on the amazing Alexander! Oh, great. We have a bitch. In the center of the crowd was a man with a tall hat and a funny green coat that had three long tails.
The once?
No, it's the amazing Alexander.
It's the once.
There was a little table next to him with a cloth hanging over it that read
The once-ler.
The amazing Alexander in glittery golden script. Why tell people his name if it's already on a sign?
Because he's extra.
Where's the Lorax?
He speaks for the trees. These trees say, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, the trees speak Vietnamese.
Oh, no.
Cove hummed with understanding, then turned to walk away just as the amazing Alexander began shuffling a deck of cards. Maybe we should stay and watch. Cove glanced back at the man, and then briefly lifted his arms off of his sides before returning them to place. He grinned and waved for him. You grinned and waved for him to follow you as you raced back to stand in the crowd. With that, it began. The Magic Man!
Music Man!
Pulled one card out of the deck, showing it to the curious onlookers. It was a 4 of diamonds. Watch closely. You did, squeezing through a few of the adult onlookers to get a better view. Suddenly, the man snapped his fingers and the card just disappeared. Just poof.
Bitch!
Oh shit. Give me orange Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Can't read. The amazing Alexander, who had earned his title, turned his head and looked directly at you. He reached out with a kind smile. What's this behind your ear? Nothing. Tell me. He backed away. Don't touch me, bitch. It wasn't enough to deter him, and the crowd of people gestured behind you. Gathering behind you made it impossible to move any further. He smiled like...
He smelled.
Like... Smells. The smelly smells that are smelly. He smelled like popcorn and candy when he stepped closer, and you swallowed anxiously. You felt a tug, and then he pulled the 4 of diamonds out from behind your ear. What? You knew that it couldn't really have come from your ear, but you still didn't know how he'd done it. There was a light applause from the crowd, and the man gave a deep bow. This is for you. The magician plucked a pair of balloons from a clump of them tied down to his table. Both were in shape of a dolphin instead of being a normal circle.
Got dolphins.
And one for your friend, too. Thank you for being my assistant. Wow! Now you were really grateful he chose you. After that, he went to someone else in the crowd. Pick a card, any card.
My uncle does that every time he visits. Not with balloons, the stuff with the cards.
Ko spoke plainly while reaching over to take the dolphin that had been designated for him. Maybe it wasn't so special. Ko was just ruining the fun. At least you had a fun time. You wondered if Kove's whole family was magic?
Yes.
Yes.
He's got seafoam green
If so,
hair
he was
as
lucky.
a child.
The crowd started to clear some, and you noticed to the side there was a whole rack of brightly colored
Kaleidoscopes.
Kaleidoscopes!
Shapes and colors.
On display. A kaleidoscope? Really? I'm not 5.
Shapes and colors.
Shapes and colors. You picked a kaleidoscope. You picked up a Rubik's Cube. Picked up a magic 8-ball. You walked past the toys. Nah, man, I want the kaleidoscope. Oh, these are cool. You shifted your balloon string in your hand so you could bring the mysterious tunnel to your eye. A whole palette of colors appeared right in front of you, spinning into all kinds of different shapes as you twisted the end of the tube. Ko picked one up and looked through, twisting the tube at the end. After a second, he set it back on the rack, moving to the other side of the stall. He went under the awning, careful of his own floating dolphin, and you joined him. Do you have places like this in your old town? Are you having fun? I don't really like it here. You said nothing. Do you have places like this in your old town? Oh, hello. Ko blinked at you for a moment, and you wondered if you shouldn't have asked. You knew how much he missed that place.
Not really.
He nodded in understanding, looking over at the stalls nearby.
Look at the crabs!
Look at the little sharks! Fuck the crabs! Look at the little sharks!
Don't fuck the crabs.
Don't fuck the crabs, but fuck the crabs.
Look at the dolphin. Look at the turtles.
Turtles. Ah! I want all of these toys. They are all mine. I named that one Caleb. This one's Steve.
I don't think
This
they
is
can see your
Susie.
mouse.
Can you guys see my mouse?
Type as fast as you can if you can see the mouse.
I'll wait.
We'll stare at the chat
We're
until
staring
you
at
answer.
the chat until someone tells.
Because there's no cooldown on the fucking chat. You can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Good.
So this one's Caleb, this one's Steve, this is Susie, and this is hello.
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 They're like Pokemon. All they can say is their names.
Oh, yes. But you have to say their name in that specific way. It's just hello. While Cove looked at the sand pails, you were drawn to the table with colorful keychains laid out on it. They were sewn in the shape of sea creatures, and there was a plaque that read "Handmade" standing proudly in front. There were lots of different types. You saw a dolphin, a shark, a crab, and a turtle.
The turtle.
I want the shark.
Okay, you can have the shark.
I'm indecisive. Do I want the shark or the turtle? I want the shark. Your hand stopped on the shark. A devious smirk filled your sharp teeth.
Filled
with the shark's.
Yes, because you just grew Kirishima teeth.
Look, and that's what I was questioning. You weren't supposed to go near sharks in real life, but there was something about this shark you liked. And its fabric was on its back was soft when you picked it up. You were instantly
Enamored.
God damn, why are there so many big words? My IQ too small for this shit. Checking the price though, your heart fell. $6. You didn't know how much about money, but you thought that was a lot to spend on one thing. You rarely had more than a $5 bill to your name. Though that changed the day you met Cove and his dad. You still had the $20 bill Mr. Holden gave you hidden away in your room. It was a grand sum of money, but you couldn't spend something that was at home instead of in your pocket. Maybe you'd ask your moms to bring you here again one day. Now that you knew what you wanted.
Is that what you want?
Huh? Oh, it's $6. I didn't bring any money.
It's fine.
Hooray!
Woo!
You have to do the little arm thing where you stick them up. Really? Really? Are you sure? Hooray! You don't have to. I don't want you to get it for me.
You want the shark?
Are you sure? Gov took the keychain from your hands. And that was that. He was holding a small yellow bucket for himself, too.
My dad told me to.
My dad! You smiled, pleased to have things work out. It was nice of Cove's dad to let Cove buy something for you, too. You had to remember to thank him next time you saw him. After Cove paid, the two of you stepped out of the store side by side, your balloon dolphins knocking into each other and spiraling around each other. You watched Cove holding his new pail to his face, examining it thoroughly. Hey, Cove.
Yeah.
Your dad gives you money a lot, huh? I really like this keychain. Never mind. Your dad gives you money a lot, huh? From what you've seen, that it happens a lot with Mr. Holden. You've never met anyone else who shares dollar bills with people all the time. Cove's brow furrowed in confusion.
Give me a second. I'm trying to read.
Oh, did someone say something?
See, that's what I said!
See, Anonymous got me.
Oh.
Fucking... Bro. Fucking, y'all can't judge me anymore. Fucking, I'm not the only one who...
Kimigori, we need the judge cat.
Anonymous, just wait until you see fucking mommy. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, just...
I don't know, maybe.
My mom's can get it. It's just on the internet now.
I swear to God, if someone clipped that, that'd be fucking amazing.
Somebody go back and clip it.
For a second, you thought about mentioning the way you and his father
Nah,
had
man, the
met.
moms are hotter. I know.
See? You can't make fun of me for simping.
Hey, you need to
Oh,
stop
shit.
hitting the fucking microphone.
Fuck. Okay.
It goes on my thigh.
Alrighty. That was meant to be a secret, and you felt like your feelings might have been hurt if your parents were offering to pay for people to be your friend. Yeah. Hey, yo.
What was the one before it?
The whole family got me drooling.
Oh my god.
Go on again. Let's go.
This is the most active our chat has been.
Hey, man, we got 4 whole eyeballs.
And only 2 of them are talking.
Yeah, it happens.
2 of you are about to be grounded.
Nah. Because the other 2 might be us, TBH.
Am I still in it?
You might be the 5th one that keeps popping up.
Well, now my thing's closed, too.
Because, yeah, I know my computer's on it and my phone is. So.
It shouldn't show the account itself.
I don't know, man. Cove looked further down the street where different food carts were lined up. He rested his non-cast arm over his stomach and just as he did, yours let out a silent growl. A light growl. Jesus fuck. I need to go back to fucking kindergarten and learn how to read. Holy shit.
You learn how to read from your parents. Oh wait, your parents. Never mind.
And how the fuck did you learn how to read?
I had an aunt.
You have a fair point. You haven't eaten since breakfast, and after all of this wandering around, you were definitely ready for lunch.
Let's go get some food.
Yay! No, I don't say yeah. I say yay.
As a kid?
Yes. You two wandered around. Schools do nothing nowadays. Yeah, that's facts. You two wandered around for a short while, looking at all the delicacies that were available. I knew delicacies at least, alright? Okay, did you just hit me?
No.
How dare you?
There's no video proof.
I'm being abused.
I'm ducking my head because I'm afraid the camera's catching on to me more than you.
Oh yeah, because it's like turned towards you. Alright, hello. Everything looked delicious, and as the different smells, both sweet and salty, waft over to you, your stomach growled even louder. After passing up hot dogs, snow cones, ice cream, and pizza, you both agreed on pretzels. Cove got something sweet and cinnamony, and you... Am I gonna be a basic bitch? No.
Cheese.
Cheese. You got sprinkles!
Chocolate.
I want sprinkles.
Sprinkles? Okay.
You licked your lips hungrily as the vendor handed your pretzel over, ready to take a big bite. It had a vanilla coating and 100 colored sprinkles on it, just the way you liked it. Sprinkles! Your moms didn't like you eating too much. Cinnamon pretzels are the way to go. That's fair, yeah.
Nom nom.
Your moms didn't... Shh. You're gonna make me hungry. Your moms didn't like you eating too much sugar, but this was a special occasion. You found an empty table close enough to the beach that the grit of the sand made terrible noises when you dragged the chairs out to sit down.
These balloons are gonna make it hard to eat.
Cove placed his bucket on the table as he stared at his still balled up hand that was wrapped around the string. You opened your mouth to agree before the idea hit you. I know. After carefully placing your pretzel somewhere it wouldn't get sandy, you tugged the balloon dolphin out of Cove's hand and tied it delicately. Tied a delicate bow around his wrist.
I believe in you.
Jesus fuck.
Oh. That's me, bitch!
I know, but words are hard, okay? Cove bounced his arm up and down in place, testing the stability of your knot. After watching his balloon jostle around but remain attached, he smiled, satisfied. Can you do it for me? He repeated the ritual. Cove struggled somewhat with cast restricting his fingers on one hand and a string already tangled around the other.
Got it.
The two of you spent the moment admiring your handiwork, both hands now free to allow easy munching on your pretzels. You bit into the doughy treat, savoring the taste on your tongue, with a smile as you looked out over the ocean. After a time, you finished your pretzel. You were done before Cove. It was boring not having anything to do. You pulled on the string of your balloon to bring it down to your level. Then you held the dolphin in your hands, manipulating it to make it look like it was jumping through the air. If you turn to face towards the beast, it almost looks like it was swimming in the waves like a real dolphin. A laugh came from your side. When you glanced back at Cove, he had left the remaining part of his pretzel on the wrapper and he was gripping his dolphin too.
Eat your pretzel. Eat your pretzel.
Jesus fuck, bro. Mine's name is Merryweather.
Ew.
He's the Prince of Dolphins. Mine's name is Splash. They star in movies. Mine's name is Cherry. They're actually an alien. Mine's name is Sam. They're just a regular dolphin. I want to be the Prince of Dolphins. He wears a crown made of seaweed, and all of his friends are merfolk. Every now and then, he'll make friends with a kid and let them ride on his back. You sighed, wishing you could meet a real dolphin like Merryweather. What's yours? Puck considered the question, placing the balloon against the table and resting his free arm across it in contemplation.
It's...
With a loud pop, Dolphin exploded into ribbons. No! Oh no! For a second, all Cove did was gripe in shock, like you.
Gape in shock.
Silenced thine self. With his cheeks puffed up, squinting his eyes, and you saw tears start to glisten.
Oh,
Dolphin, no! Yeah, seriously. You made a joke, you offered to find Alexander, you offered to give Cove your balloon. He didn't say anything, he would be alright. Not fine. You can have my balloon instead if you want. Cove looked over at you, frowning. I can't read. F in chat.
For the bottom. For the bottom, the dolphin. I can't read.
F for the dolphin.
I don't want yours.
Why, is mine not good enough for you, Cove? My prince of dolphins, Merryweather? Oh. You felt bad for Cove. But we're secretly glad. You really liked the little dolphin, and weren't too eager to give it up.
Too eagle.
F in chat. Cove spent the rest of the outing sniffling, and you didn't say much else. The passing of Cove's balloon was the least major event of your adventure. In the end, you two headed back late in the afternoon. You separated on the beach while Cove went straight home with his brand new sand pal in hand.
Pale.
You decided to sit for a while. You watched the waves and the sunset, fiddling with your new keychain.
Wondering why you could
Another
never
summer
read.
day was drawing to a close. Leave me alone. It had been nice for the most part. Hopefully there wouldn't be any tears next time. Well, that was nice. Wait, what was this one?
Growing up. Growing up.
Is it growing up?
Yes.
Okay. One swirling summer day, you were in the living room with Cove, listening to the sounds of the birds chattering outside the window, while you lay across the rug on the floor. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier, and your moms had left the two of you, along with Lizzie, to play amongst yourselves. Don't worry about it. It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon, at least according to Mommy. So your sister was starting to get impatient waiting for her golf class that evening. The three of you had trouble finding something fun to do. The beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt that it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. Then suddenly a light came to Lizzie's big brown eyes, and her smile spread wide across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy.
Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outdoors anyways. They're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play. And we got something. Can't read it.
What relationship thing did you guys say? So that we are currently
Relaxed indifference.
Yeah, we're indifferent and relaxed with him. We're chill.
Why? I said why. And it'll be fun, duh. What do they do inside that we don't, besides use the phone a lot?
Excluding a small huff, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove.
Fuck, what do you think? What? Do you want to? And there's another one. Can't read.
I had him at crush immediately.
Oh my god. We're trying to build
See,
this up realistically.
We're playing this as me, and I had zero interest in people as a child.
He looks like a fucking, like, you get to, like, the preteen stage, and this man looks like a whole fucking teenager. Like, looks like he's going 17 to 18.
It happens. But yeah, we're basically playing this as me and the way that I actually was as a child.
No, their name's not Huck. Their name's Cat.
We're Huck Pitch. For fuck bitch. Fucking, I should have made it Huckin' Pitches. Fucking bitches. Hope said it. That doesn't sound fun. I bet we could come up with something else. I don't know. I want to. people pleaser would go to compromise. I bet we could find something else.
But that's what I'm going to do, and it's not fun when I play pretend adults by myself. Do you do that a lot? What's it to you?
Looking at Lizzie, it seemed Cove felt he could understand where she was coming from, and he sighed.
You really not want to play, Huck?
It was clear he wanted some way out, but still felt guilty about it. I'll try it, but it sounds boring. Okay, I'll stay. Sorry, I have other stuff to do. I kept hesitating. I'll try it, but it sounds boring.
It's not gonna be, I guarantee.
Lizzie seemed more determined than ever.
There's more texts.
You could only sigh. Coolio. Yep.
Okay.
Satisfied that neither of you were about to bail on her, Lizzie thought over her options while you watched. After a few seconds, she clapped her hands together and beamed, apparently having settled on something without asking either of you.
Okay, I'm going to be a professional golfer. Huck, Golfer.
You give me shit.
Huck and you and Cove can be a beach volleyball player and a gymnast or a tennis player. Why can't we pick anything we want? Because I have a fun idea, that's why. We have to play sports as adults? Yep.
What?
But there's other kinds of sports too. It isn't the same. What do you think, Huck? Don't those choices sound super cool? You want to be that, huh?
It really doesn't. I don't like sports. I don't think I've ever been interested in sports. Isn't there anything else we can be? You nodded, maybe not. Kinda like those. It really doesn't. Is there anything else we can be? Lizzie stomped on a foot on the ground.
Nope, come on, just decide already.
Knowing Lizzie wouldn't let this go anytime soon, you sighed. Cove was not impressed with Lizzie's attitude, though he didn't bother talking more about it for now. You thought over the list of possibilities: beach volleyball, gymnastics, or tennis. Out of all of them, you preferred play gymnast. You couldn't spend the afternoon doing cartwheels and handstands in the backyard, then you might as well practice them inside.
Oh.
This can only go so fucking well. Fucking big sibling of the fucking year, let's go. There wouldn't be as much space as there was outside, but you could still try. Yes, that was clearly the top option. Okay, I'm gonna be the gymnast.
Alright. How about you, Cove? Pick volleyball. I should have known. Okay, Huck, you're a famous gymnast, and Cove, you're on a popular beach volleyball team, and
Lizzie's ponytail bobbed when she proudly stretched her arms wide.
we're Olympic athletes who just competed in the Olympics.
Cove didn't seem all that impressed with the announcement. He made a face and adjusted the glasses on his nose.
That's really specific. That's what makes it fun. Anyway.
Lizzie marched back and forth in front of both of you, getting lost in her own imagination.
I won all gold medals, and people are calling me the next Mickey Wright. Who's that?
Lizzie stopped on the spot and turned to him, her brown eyes shining with impatience.
It doesn't matter if you know who she is. It's a golf thing. And you guys won medals too. Cove, your team was bronze, and Huck, you barely missed out on the gold and got silver. It's more real if we're not all first place.
Silver sucks. I don't want to be silver. I'm okay with that. Hey, can we do better than silver? Silver's not bad. Nice. You stayed silent. I'm okay with that. You shrugged
Cove looks like he's about to sock her in the face.
Just go. Wow. You shrugged your shoulders, agreeing with Lizzie. A silver medal was still really good in the Olympics.
I'm not.
Pope folded his arms across his chest, apparently not as happy as you were with the decision.
Lots of people lose at the Olympics. Them is the breaks.
Them's the breaks.
And you're the one who did it. Did, not me.
Lizzie looked taken aback by Cove's declaration, as though the thought of her losing was completely absurd.
No way! It wouldn't make sense. I'm already practicing my golf game.
She took a golfing stance to make her point, pretending to swing her club and hit an invisible ball.
So what kind of house do you want to live in?
Cove hadn't changed his mind about winning, but thinking about where he'd live as an adult appealed him, apparently because he looked back at Lizzie with some of the anger fading.
I'm gonna live on the beach.
Lizzie made a face at him, poking her tongue out.
Kind of boring. We already have that. No, not like normal houses where with the street on it, right on the sand by the water.
Just like that, all the tension was back. You hadn't even had a chance to choose where you'd want to live.
Oh shit. That's not very fun or smart, Cove. You can't just live on a bunch of sand and shells.
Why not?
But I want to, and I will.
Cove narrowed his eyes at Lizzie, even though she stood half a head taller than him.
Didn't give out a list of things to pick from this time, so I'm picking that. Why are we even playing pretend if we can't even imagine anything? Jeez. Well, I'm gonna live in a mansion far away from here, and far away from you. One with an indoor pool and a place to practice my award-winning golfing. How come you were yelling about mine when your idea is even more impossible?
Lizzie's face flushed red, her eyes balling into fists at her sides.
Not impossible! And it's better than yours!
Disagreements always seemed to crop up when the two of them were together, and you always felt like you were stuck in the middle. But when it came to the topic at hand, this time you thought you prefer a mansion. Being on the beach was cooler. You'd agree. That was right. I'm tired. I'm tired. I go Mimi's now. You didn't engage in their bickering and instead dreamt up your own dream house. You weren't going to share your idea with them either. You already knew it was a good one.
You can swim whenever you want to when you live on the beach. We can still swim anytime we want. Where we live now. Being a little closer doesn't mean anything. Says you.
The two of them scowled at each other.
You're being unreasonable. You. I don't get what you want. This game doesn't make sense. It does. You have to be realistic. I said that. But you're not.
You had no idea what to do to make them stop at this point. It seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could. Nothing you'd say so far kept them from being mad. Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed to her hanging. I'm sorry. Lizzie rushed to her, hanging onto the hem of her shirt and poking at her tongue at Cove.
Lizzie, Huck, it's time to get ready to go. Sorry, you have to leave already, Cove. Their mommy said she'd walk you home so you won't be left in the cold.
Cove was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed with anger.
I can go by myself. But...
Without giving Mom a chance to stop him, Cove stood up and stalked out of the room, shoulders drawn tight.
Okay.
Worried, Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie.
You two were playing nice with our new friend, weren't you?
I don't know how to lie. I'm fucking 8 years old. I don't fucking know how to lie. We were playing pretend and things got intense. They were like cats and dogs.
Uh-oh.
Your sister's jaw dropped, looking betrayed.
Mom's
as
pissed.
Mom put both her hands on her hips.
Elizabeth!
Elizabeth!
I told you to be kind with him. He's having a hard time right now.
Lizzie's mouth closed back up, replacing it with a tiny frown.
I know, I tried, but he was... No buts. We know how you can show someone a great time when you put your mind to it. We are going to apologize to Cove and his dad over the phone when he gets home from work tonight.
Lizzie hung her head, dragging a foot across the ground in front of her.
Okay, Mom. Good girl. Don't fucking pat my head!
You got pieces of Lizzie sulking to herself about how it was his fault too, but it was over.
Alright, we better get a move on. Let's go, kids. Nolani, where'd you put the car keys?
Is that mommy's name, Nolani?
Jesus.
Mom hustled you all out the door, and you noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say a thing. Your parents noticed she wasn't in the mood to be bothered. They gave her space, and Mommy just asked you what you'd like to listen to. You picked your favorite song, made the car ride more fun. You chose the soundtrack that was to a cool movie you saw a couple of months ago. You chose a song you knew Lizzie liked, and maybe it would cheer her up. You were happy to see it brighten her up right away, and she started singing along with you. Soon enough, her bad mood was a thing of the past. When the car ride was over, you spent the twilight hour watching Lizzie hit things with the other girls her age. You didn't know how much about golf, but you could tell that she really liked it, so you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped up in the house all day, and you stretched out your legs to let the last few minutes of sun warm up your skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, dipping behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Instead of going straight home, your moms took the family out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you had all been going to ever since you could remember. The whole afternoon had been a bunch of shouting you hadn't been able to stop. But you could kind of tell that it was helping Lizzie to be less angry. The car ride home was quiet, with only the radio providing escape from silence. Lizzie had been in better spirits now, but the closer you got to your neighborhood, the more she wiggled in her seat and frowned out the window. She knew it was coming when you all got home. Clearly she was dreading it. Soon enough, Mom was turning into your street, then reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the ignition, it was dead silent. No one spoke, no one unlocked their seatbelts, no one opened the doors. Lizzie was the last one out. Once everyone was inside and done taking off their shoes, she popped her hands on her hips.
Now then, Mr. Holden's car is in his driveway, so he should be back from work. That's good news, isn't it, Elizabeth? You and Cove can hash things out before the day's done.
Lizzie didn't complain or put up a fight. Her head ducked, so she didn't have to meet anyone's eyes. She nodded once.
Good. Let's move this to the kitchen.
Mom went over to the house phone, the rest of you following behind her. Mommy put a gentle hand on Lizzie's shoulder as they walked side by side. You watched them from the back. This was only happening because you told Lizzie. You didn't regret it. You felt a little guilty you had to betray your sister. You hadn't liked doing it, but had to. It was her fault for doing it in the first place. I don't like it, but I would have done it anyway. Being a tattletale didn't feel good. You wouldn't want someone else to tell your moms everything you did. Still, your mom had asked directly, and you wanted to be a liar even less. The four of you stood around in the kitchen in a lopsided square. All eyes were on Lizzie, who kept her gaze on her feet. You remember the number for Cove's house, don't you, honey? Lizzie jerked her head in another nod. Fallen. Without further prompting, she stepped forward and began to dial. Mom reached over and pressed the button on the base. Suddenly you could hear the phone ringing. She turned on the speaker. The phone rang a couple times, then stopped. Mr. Holland's warm voice came through the other end. Evening! Holden residence. Lizzie looked over at Mommy, unsure. She nodded encouragingly.
Hi, Mr. Holden. It's, Lizzie. Can I talk to Cove? Hold.
Lizzie pitch. What a surprise. But, of course, you can say hey to the boy. He sounded cheery as usual, though definitely meant it when he said it was a surprise. You thought hard, and you were sure that your sister had never called Cove's house before. Mom spoke up before Mr. Holden or Lizzie could say anything more. Her arms were crossed over her chest, her lips pierced.
Hi, Cliff. No, Lonnie, Huck, and I are here too.
Good evening. We're sorry to bother you so late. I'll speak up and say hello. Hi, Mr. Holden. The gang's all here, huh? Is something the matter?
I can't read.
His voice grew a bit.
Read.
Why can't you? Oh, did someone type? Can Lizzie give me the number for the Holden residence? Me too, bro.
Fucking you. Fucking simps.
His voice grew a bit concerned. Mommy was quick to reassure him. No, well, yes, but it's going to be okay. Lizzie and Cove got into a bit of a fight today. We were hoping that the two of them could talk and make up. Is this a good time for you and Cove? A fight? Cove didn't tell me anything about that when I came home. It does explain the funk he's been in tonight. He chuckled lightly. Despite that, it didn't seem like he really thought it was funny. Anyway, it's good you didn't catch us at a bad time. I'll grab him for you. There was some shuffling on the other end. He must not have been far because you could still hear him calling out. Cove, there's someone on the phone for you. After a beat of silence, there was more muffled talking from Cove's dad. Come on, bud. Lizzie just called so she could talk to you. It took a bit of back and forth, though the conversation seemed one-sided since you couldn't hear Cove properly. Eventually, Cove took the phone from his dad.
Hello. Hey, it's Lizzie. Yeah, I know. Dad told me.
Cove's tone was defensive. Lizzie turned to Mom, scowling. One stern look from her, though, and Lizzie turned away.
I just called to say I'm sorry. We're not playing nice with you today. I won't do it again.
Lizzie's eyes were downcast, her voice low. You could tell she felt uncomfortable apologizing to Cove in front of everyone. She was still being genuine about feeling bad. Cove must have realized that too, because he sighed quietly.
I want gold.
Lizzie was momentarily stunned, silent by the demand. You couldn't understand why that mattered to him so much.
Alright, you win the gold. Okay, I guess I'm sorry too.
A sense of relief washed over everyone at his acceptance of the apology. Jesus fuck. Mom uncrossed her arms while Mommy's shoulders relaxed. Lizzie's eyebrows raised up. You wondered if she thought that he would refuse her apology.
Dad, can I get off the phone now?
You couldn't see him, but it was obvious that Cove felt awkward about the situation. He had come off uncomfortable the entire time, really. Yeah, you can go back to your room if you want. Be sure to say goodbye first, though.
Bye, Lizzie. Bye.
With that said, Cove must have ended the phone, handed the phone to his dad, and left. Since Mr. Holden spoke up. All's well that ends well, as they say. Thanks for arranging this. I'm sure he appreciates it. As Mom replied, Lizzie tugged on Mommy's hand to catch her attention.
Can I go now too?
Sure, sweetie. Thank you very much for apologizing to Cove. Mom flashed a brief smile at Lizzie and nodded.
Now why can't we have these parents?
Yeah, dead ass. Fucking fictional characters are monopolizing on the good parents. This is bullshit. Given permission to leave, Lizzie scattered off towards the stairs. Scurried off to the stairs. She seemed to be feeling much better with the incident behind her. Mom and Mommy returned to the phone, taking it off speaker. They continued talking to Mr. Holden. You couldn't tell what about. You were glad that was the end of it all. Lizzie and Cove might not get along and probably still won't, but they weren't mad at each other anymore. Mom and Mommy weren't upset either. Everything was finally back to normal. With that thought, you retreated to your own room with spring in your step. Alrighty.
11:24.
I'm thinking we probably have enough time for maybe one more?
Just,
do we? How long are these things?
I don't know.
Well,
there's not a set number for each.
Oh, well that is unhelpful.
This
All
entire game is long though.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and do one more and then we'll close out. It was another scorching summer day. The kind where no sooner had you finished up one cup of water, you were already filling it up again. Everyone else had something on, so that afternoon it was just you, Shiloh,
and Shiloh. Shiloh. Not shallow, not silo. Shiloh.
I hate it here. Why do I have such issue with this? Fucking... This didn't happen much, especially since Cove had arrived. Without Lizzie around, Shiloh...
Stay out of this. Shut up.
Shiloh looked to you for all the answers. It made you feel pleased, frustrated, nothing really. Probably nothing. Shiloh went along. It makes me so angry. That's fair.
Shiloh sucks and I strongly dislike him. He makes me so angry.
Goddamn. What'd Shiloh do to you? Oh shit, I fucked it. It's fine. Shiloh went along with whatever you wanted, so he wasn't a bother, but he also wasn't that much fun.
He became friends with the one character who gets a glow up. That's what happened. Huh?
Did you just hit the mic? You took it away from me because I kept hitting it. Boop. You drained yet another drink and frowned at the empty vessel. Your thirst was gone, but you still craved something icy cold and refreshing, something sweet, something like Popsicle.
Other Pops.
Other Pops. Mark didn't buy any Other Pops.
Hey, forbidden.
Oh shit. Right. Sorry.
What the fuck?
Why are you throwing dog food at us?
No, give it here.
Well, I lost it now. Fucking you
Damn
find
it! Reaper.
Ow!
Shit.
No, not you. I fucking scratched my ear because I'm stupid. I wanted something fruity and bright colored.
Find it because of you.
There's nothing like that to be found at home. You knew that without needing to look. Your moms didn't keep sweets in the house.
I've never wanted to push a little boy into this ocean so badly before.
God damn, we're getting some real fucking Shiloh hate. Shit, bro.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Shiloh either.
See, I'm pretty indifferent because like it's a child. It happens. There's nothing like that found in the house. You knew that without needing to look. Your moms didn't keep sweets in the house. Outside, there were plenty of places where such goodies could be obtained, but they were they were shops and demanded payment in exchange for their products.
Otter Pops.
He sucks when he gets older. Okay.
Yeah, he does kind of become a little bitch.
I'm gonna voice my predicament. I want popsicle. I want other pops. Shiloh, who had been draped over the sofa, perked up. That sounds good. We won't have anything like that in the house, and I don't have any money. Oh, let me check if I have any. Shiloh rummaged in his backpack and proudly produced an assortment of coins, plus one stray button. Wait, no, I kinda like him. He set the button aside and counted the coins in neat piles. Just over $1, you announced this to Shiloh. He had almost certainly come to the same conclusion, but he'd been watching you expectantly. It's a start. Shiloh beamed at you. We'll need to find some more. Okay. The two of you lifted couch cushions, ducked tiny hands down deep crevices in the sofa, and under furniture that scoured the back of drawers. Most of what you found was useless or gross. Bent over paper clips, fluffy wisps of dust or sand clumps, but every so often you would find one shine. You would strike silver. You would strike silver or bronze and add it to the growing pile of coins. Your mind wandered to the $20 bill tucked away in your room. It was enough for you and Shiloh to get whatever you wanted and more, but you didn't take it out. It was too special to hand over so freely. Besides, Shiloh would be curious about where it came from and might even mention your wealth to Lizzie. The exchange had been a secret. Dusty and disheveled. I was looking at the phone. Dusty and disheveled from checking every room and squinting in.
You got this. You're doing it. Squinting into every tiny nook.
That doesn't make any sense. Squinting is the thing you do with your eyes, not with your body.
Yeah. You're squinting into every tiny nook, as in you're trying to see the slightest little bit.
Okay. The two of you finished Stop!
Go to your own spot. Shush. You're in our fucking thing. Shush.
The two of you finished pooling your funds. Shiloh held his breath as you counted the coins once again. $2.53 and 2 buttons. You didn't know when the second button had decided to join the party, but you were too pleased with your successful haul to throw it out. Is that enough? You figured he knew the answer without looking at you for confirmation, but the thrill of your success and the reward that would follow canceled out any other feelings he might have had about that. Yeah! You could now afford something at the shops. Just one thing, but that was infinitely better than none. Shiloh clapped his hands.
You get the Otter Pops, you run home, make
Buttons
sure it doesn't
equal new currency, yes.
You have the Otter Pop, you run home, split in half, cut, there you go.
Otter Pops!
Because Otter Pops are like that long.
They're fucking huge, bro.
Yay! Otter Pops!
Otter Pops!
I want Otter Pops.
Well, I don't think they sell them right now. It's winter. The two of you dashed outside, the promise of sugar. Void? Void? That's not a word.
That's void.
That's not a word. You on your...
your...
You
want me to read?
Destination. We're breathless but happy. You
stared.
I know, but it says... No, telling me no keep up with Brainy. You stared at the overwhelming number of options. You knew what you wanted, but it wasn't just you who had contributed the funds to get the treat. He seemed to notice your pause. Aren't you getting a popsicle? Shiloh asked as though he was entirely separate from the decision, rather than someone with a stake in the outcome. Do you mind? Shiloh cocked his head to the side. It's your idea. You should choose. Went ahead and got what you wanted originally. Are you sure it's okay? Had to get something. People pleaser. It wasn't fair for you to be the only one to decide when he had been the main factor in making this happen. Some of the money came directly from his backpack. What do you like? All of them! They're so good! He pressed further. But what do you really like? Popsicles or ice cream? Which is your favorite? Aw, it's so hard to pick. I don't know. Frustrated, you cut to the heart of the matter. You want me to choose? Yeah. I like him. He's kind of adorable. And that was that. You got the dessert you wanted originally and hoped Shiloh would like it too. Finally, the reward of all your hard work was in your hands. You sucked on the fruity popsicle you bought. The icy treat cooled you down perfectly in this zesty flavor of refreshing. What? You held it out to Shiloh so he could take his turn. So he could take a turn. He shook his head. You can finish it. You didn't want any? After everything he did to help get it? That was weird. Tried to control Shiloh. Even Shiloh said it was okay. Every story you'd ever seen on TV or read in a book said that sharing was caring. You stood your ground, even as the treat started to trickle dangerously towards your fingers. Oh no. It's only fair that you have some. We both bought it. But you wanted more than I do, and getting to play was a lot of fun already. You can have it. That's more fair. You held it out to him. Oh, fuck. You fucked it. Jesus Christ. I want you to have some even more than I want to finish it. So eat your part. Shiloh makes me want to never have children in my life. Oh my Jesus. God. Some real Shiloh hate. Relenting, Shiloh took the treat and gave it a taste. His eyes lit up. It's really good, thank you. He smiled, pleased with your good deed. You picked the best one. Did he mean that? Shiloh was always nice no matter what happened. Even if he hated it, you knew he wouldn't say so. Maybe he thought it was gross and that the real reason why he didn't want to take some, you had no idea. You studied him as he ate a little more. He had every appearance of enjoying himself. Still weird. The two of you began to head back home as he ate. You walked side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts kept drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It was almost as if Shiloh didn't know how to say what he felt, or he was too afraid to.
Look at his little baby hands.
Little baby hands, little baby man.
His freckles.
You figured that was his problem and didn't care. Are you scared of me? I thought it was kind of sad. Are we friends? Shiloh opened his eyes wide, seemingly caught off guard by the blunt question. Yeah, I think so. He says that, but friends should be able to talk to each other without being scared. If Shiloh wouldn't do that, were they even really friends at all? He rubbed his hands together nervously over your non-reaction. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You weren't sure how sorry he could be without knowing what he was even apologizing for, but you shook your head. You didn't do anything. It was true. Shiloh hadn't done something mean. He'd gone out of his way to make you happy. That didn't seem like it should be a bad thing, yet it bothered you. I just don't know if you like me. It's like it doesn't matter what I do, you're gonna act the same. I could be anybody and you wouldn't care. No, I like you. I really, really, really like you. Huck, I want to be friends. Okay. He smiled hesitantly at him, and his fidgeting ceased. Ceased this bitch fidgeting. even though you weren't sure if you believed him, this was only making things worse. You decided that Shiloh is so unlikable that the characters in other games don't even like him. That's bro. Poor Shiloh.
Wait, hand it over?
I'm getting some real Shiloh hate.
Hey, I know they're gonna keep playing, but what other games does he appear in?
You decided that maybe there was all types of friends. If Shiloh wasn't able to do things differently, this would have to be alright. Shiloh made you unsure about setting a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with just him. There had been good times and there had been confusing ones. You were positive on one thing, at least. The treat was delicious and that was nice. The sun was low on the horizon. As you returned to your neighborhood, there you spotted two very familiar figures up ahead, Lizzie and Cove. You opened your mouth to make your presence known to them just as you saw tears on Cove's face. You walked straight over, Shiloh at your heels. Once there you defended Cove, took a moment to make a joke, accused Lizzie of causing trouble, carefully asked what happened. Without a time machine, the only way you were going to find out was by asking the witnesses. Lizzie might have done something that would...
Okay. XOXO blood droplets in the regular version of that game. I don't remember the exact name, but it was something like that.
Lizzie might have done something, but she could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or even come to Cove's aid. You wanted to hear the story. Cove, what happened?
Fuck, I got yelled at.
He took a deep breath, steadying breath.
Some grandparents got mad at me.
Who are they? Let's go. It's on site, motherfuckers. Aw, sorry. Lizzie jerked her head in the direction of the nearby house. Your heart sunk. You knew exactly what had happened. Every year, the same mean old couple rented out the condo for the summer. You, Lizzie, and Shiloh knew to stay away from them, but Cove couldn't have. They're like that to everyone. Even your mom struggled to find anything nice to say about them. But the elderly pair particularly took offense to kids.
Yeah, Lizzie said that.
Lizzie drew herself up at that. She looked pointedly in your direction.
I was helping.
Not helping right now, motherfucker. You want on site too? Don't test me. That's cool.
Down with the grandparents. Put them in a retirement home.
Let's go. Nah, motherfucker. Put them in the grave. They're already on fucking death's door. It's alright. I'll just walk them in. I'm being nice to elderly people now. I'm walking them through death's door.
Holding the door open for them. Oh shit. No, I'm just gonna stay away. Or you could teach them a lesson.
I like that option. There's a devilish glint in your eyes. Yes.
What? You should ding-dong ditch them. Go ring the doorbell and run. It'll be great because they're so slow. They'll never catch you. It's dumb. I don't want to go near them ever again. You're saying that because you're a cluck chicken.
Cove glared and didn't take the bait.
They have both feet in the grave at this point.
Motherfucker, I'm just laying them down all nice.
You're not a chicken, are you? Yeah, click.
I'll do it.
Really?
He took a deep breath and nodded. Lizzie squealed with delight.
We'll go hide. Run as soon as you hit the bell.
Good luck! Lizzie and Shiloh ran across the road to take shelter in the bushes. Even once they'd settled down, you could make out two child-sized shapes staring from between the leaves. You knew where to look for them, though, so you told yourself that the grouchy old people wouldn't spot it. Cove sighed, his gaze flicking to the house and then back at you.
Don't get caught.
I'll be quick as a flash. You went to join Lizzie and Shiloh in their hideaway. The weight of 3 pairs of eyes on your back was heavier than anything you'd carried before as you approached the door. Ring it!
Run, bitch!
You slapped the buzzer and ran. Blood thumped against your eardrums with every step. Would you make it in time? Approaching the hiding spot, you knew that there wasn't time to go around the bushes as the others had done. You took a shortcut and leaped over them. Or, to be accurate, crushing on top of the bushes and then falling over to the other side. Judging from the squeak, it was Shiloh who cushioned your fall. Oh no! Shh! Lizzie put a finger to her lips and nodded at the house. You disentangled your limbs from Shiloh's and spun around to see the old man framed in the doorway, peering back and forth suspiciously. You covered your mouth with your hands, but it wasn't enough to stifle your giggles. Maybe he spotted one of you, or maybe it was just the leaves you displaced while jumping, but he locked eyes with the bush and stormed over in your direction. Shiloh gasped and looked at Lizzie.
Run. Bitch!
I know. Good, crush him.
No!
Let's go. Your sister did not hesitate to take her own advice. Neither did you and Shiloh. Cove, with just one fully operational arm, took a little longer to get to his feet, but still caught up with Shiloh with ease. The old man's hollers propelled you all from the street to the
sanctuary. Sanctity?
Yes, of the hill. Only once you were safe did you notice the stitch in your chest and ache under your legs. Jesus Christ, what the hell is my nose doing? You flopped down, blades of grass tickling your feet. Lizzie, who had taken the lead in the end, was already lazing on the ground. The 4 of you took a moment to catch your breath and enjoy the feeling of cool grass against your skin.
Hey, Cove.
Cove lifted his head.
I told you they were mean grandparents around here.
Cove rolled his eyes, then decided this wasn't dismissive enough and rolled his whole body away from your sister. Lizzie chose to ignore his response and started chatting with Shiloh, who eagerly joined in the conversation. The hill had me crying by the end of the game. So many memories. Aw. In the back of your mind, you knew you'd be second fiddled again. Then Shiloh, once Lizzie came around, it always went like that. And it was fine. I don't care. Shiloh could prefer Lizzie as much as he wanted to. You closed your eyes, laid on your side, and relaxed. Some time passed with you like that. It felt good to take a real break. You moved onto your back with a small smile and looked at the darkening sky.
No, we're looking at Cove.
Yeah, seriously. The blanket of clouds reminded you of the thick throw you curled under.
Oh, like the throw blankets.
Oh, okay. Rainy days. You wondered if the clouds would be as soft. They lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes. I want to see an alpaca.
Cove is better than the sky.
That's fair. Saw an alpaca. I saw a fluffy alpaca in the sky, and you nudged Cove and pointed at it. You see the alpaca? Cove joined you in gazing skyward.
Ah!
God damn it.
More like a llama.
How dare you? Hey. He chuckled at your reaction. Oh, there's the sky.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's a
All
bitch.
All the sun's light faded from the sky, and the moon rose higher. Lizzie got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs, and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean, visible from the crest of the hill, beckoned with every sweep of the tide.
Let's go to the beach.
Let's go to the beach. Nicki Minaj. There was no argument from the other two. Shiloh was still Shiloh, and Cove would never say no to going to the shore. He was a child of the sea. Let's go. He wanted to go there too. So you eagerly joined the others in descending the hill down to the water. You stepped into the sand, and for a second time that day, but it felt different at night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour, abandoned sand castles and footsteps in the sand, too big to belong to any of you, were the only indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. The four of you kicked your shoes off and removed socks and walked along the water's edge, the waves tickling your feet.
I wonder what would happen if you tried to take a bath in the ocean, with shampoo and everything. It would be bad for the fish. I didn't say anyone would do it. Jeez, you don't have to be so serious about everything. You're the one who asked if what would happen. That is what would happen. It'd hurt the fishies. Or fishes.
I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun.
Me too. Bubble baths are luxurious.
I've never heard Lizzie use that word before.
Mommy loves to have bubbles in her bath. She'll turn off the lights and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when's your mom coming to pick you up anyway?
I'm gonna fight you. Oh, okay, sure. You're safe for now, bitch. Not for a while. She's busy.
What about your dad? How come you'll never talk about him? No one does. Don't you know you're not supposed to ask something like that? Why would somebody want to talk about something they've never talked about?
You kept your eyes to the ground, watching your toes get swallowed by waves. Even if Shiloh never seemed upset when the topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both of your moms. It's okay. I'm like Lizzie and Huck. I don't have a dad, but I don't have two moms. I just have one. She's really great.
Oh, sorry. I only have one now too. My mom isn't here. She's back at home. It's just my dad with me.
Aw, I never had a dad or anything, so I don't feel bad. It's really sad that your mom is gone. Cove nodded. You joked about Shiloh mom getting together. Oh no. And if they're all different, our parents are good in their own ways. Yeah. Cove
POV fatherless.
Bro. You would relate, Styx.
I'm talking to my dad now.
Now. Cove couldn't muster a response. You don't think he truly disagreed, though. The silence broke with a splash as Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cold water and sodden sand splattered against your legs. Lizzie giggled, foot still outstretched from the kick. Cove joined in, striking the incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Shiloh scurried out of Cove's spray zone with a grin. Jesus fuck. Rod. You were already too dirty and wet for comfort. Nothing that happened before would feel as good as getting dry. You got out of the water before anyone could catch you again. perching on a rock. You scrape the wet sand from your legs as you watch the others. The sand came away in
thick chunks.
thick chunks at first, like clay, but where it had been thinner and it had already dried and clung to your skin. Jesus fuck. Cove and Lizzie were relentless, while Shiloh. Fucking hell.
Shy. Low.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Mostly got just dodged. Ah. Shiloh. Brief exclamation was drowned out by the biggest splash yet, caused by him falling on his face first into the ground. That would have been bad enough without the wave that followed.
Cascading over his prone body. Oh no.
Shiloh sat up,
Shiloh. You said shallow.
I don't care. Shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain, as you all hurried over to check on him. His hair was plastered to his head and his soaked clothes clung. If there was any...
Drowned in 1 inch of water.
Yep. If there was any part of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. That was crazy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over.
Way to go, Shiloh, you dumbo.
You offered him some help. Shiloh didn't take your outstretched hand. After a moment, you dropped it. Lizzie was too busy snickering to notice and held her hand out to Shiloh, too. He reached over and took it. Slowly, he started to pull himself up from the ground. Then he slipped on the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them. Sorry.
What are the odds of that happening twice in a row? You thought they must be low, but there's no way Shiloh would do something like that on purpose then pretend it was an accident. Especially not to Lizzie.
Even if your relationship with Shiloh felt unclear, he did at least like her a lot. Lizzie was his favorite, right? Smiling boldly, Lizzie distracted herself from the ground and wiped a streak of sand from her cheek. She didn't intend to let this embarrass her. Shiloh got up again as well, this time without incident. He still looked like a drowned puppy, but that didn't stop Cove laughing at the two of them. With that, it was time to call it a day. The four of them made the journey back home, leaving a trail of wet footsteps and sand in their wake. Damp clothes may have weighed down some of the group, but your spirits were high. Your arms swung side to side as the cool breeze flowed past. Your moms were outside chatting to Cove's dad.
We're back!
Your mom's faces fell as they took in the sight you all were in. State! Jesus!
Ranging from messy to soaked. Elizabeth! Oh wait, that's you.
Elizabeth, is that all that you have to say for yourself? You brought half the beach back with you.
They certainly did. What's Marigold gonna do when she comes to get Shiloh? Is that how you want him to be for the long drive home? Cold and filthy?
Lizzie's expression turned sulky over the scolding. Being the eldest could be fun, but it also meant that she was the first to get in trouble when something went wrong. Mr. Holden, on the other hand, chuckled and ruffled Cove's matted hair. You've been out making memories, Bucko? I'm glad you had a good time with your friends. Cove used his slightly moist cast arm to push his dad off. Mr. Holden's eyes widened when he noticed that that had gotten wet. now he was worried too. I think they could have found a less risky way to spend time and had just as much fun. That might be right. Kids, what can you do? Come on. Cove, let's go get you cleaned up and dried off. We wouldn't want that cast to have to be reset. Cove winced at the thought.
Okay.
Attaboy. Mr. Holden casually bent down and plucked Cove up off the ground. Ultimately holding Cove against his chest, sand was already transferring from Cove onto him, but that didn't seem to bother Mr. Holden. Cove protested being carried, but only got reassuring pat on the back for his trouble. Good night, Cove.
I require Cove's dad in my life.
Same. Good night, Cove. Thank you for the talk, Cliff. Night, Pitch family, and Shiloh too.
Well, we'd better do what we can to fix you guys up. Come on, everyone inside. I want you to march straight down to the downstairs bathroom.
Okay, Lizzie, Mom.
Oh, wait, that's you.
Don't worry about stopping to wipe your feet on the mat this time. That won't do much good tonight. Sitting on the old beach towel your mommy had found, you waited in the hall until you were
the
less
moms are where it's at, if you ask me.
Yes, I agree with that.
Oh my god.
Fucking, I'd be okay with either set of parents.
I'm here for Baxter, even if he has no route.
I don't know who that is. Sitting on the old beach towel your mommy had found, you waited in the hall until you were less sandy and weren't allowed to go to your room or walk around the house. But you did get to eat a sandwich for dinner there. It felt like an indoor picnic.
I'll take the moms and the dads.
See?
I'm gonna riot.
They know what it's all about. It had been decided that Shiloh would wash first and borrow some of your clothes. He was already finished and packed away in his mom's car. Miss Fields had come to collect him a little while ago. Jesus. It was a bit of a funny experience seeing him without that hat for once. Lizzie, being much more soaked than you, got to go in the tub next. It wasn't a bubble bath as she had hoped. This was a no fun allowed cleanup session. At least that's what she claimed. Not much longer and it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you'd have to go right to bed. After a day like this, though, you were glad that you weren't going to be any further events. Drifting off to sleep sounded like a great idea. Alrighty.
And that's perfect timing. It's 12:01.
Yeah, fucking... Okay. But yeah, we're gonna... Hold on, I have a thingy thing for this.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I think it's... No, it's not.
There it is.
Probably need to turn up the chat so they can actually see.
Look at my cool thingy thing.
It says stream ending soon. I know you can't really read it.
You can read it.
Not well.
It's fine. But, so yeah, that's gonna be it.
Save.
Shit, you're right. Save there. No, I didn't bother changing it to game capture, but rest assured, I did save. Would you like to confirm?
Yeah, they've saved.
Have saved. We'll probably continue this next Friday when we go to stream again. So
Which will be at 9 for the anonymous chatter. I think that's mostly your username. Or no, I don't know if it's your username or it's just because you don't have a Twitch account.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. But yes, we stream. It's supposed to be every Friday. However, if shit comes up kind of thing. Life happens. But it's supposed to be every Friday from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. So, in case you wanted to, there's our schedule.
Okay, it's your
Okay.
user. Well, there's our
Um,
schedule.
Yeah, we also have that schedule on the Twitch page itself if you look at our account, in case fucking you forget or want to know. I'm going to update this.
And by the time we stream again, it'll be 2 days before my birthday.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I'll be getting old.
Haha. So
You
yeah,
don't get to know how old, though.
mystery age. So yeah, fucking, that's gonna be it. It was fun hanging out with you guys. Thank you for joining us. But yeah. See y'all later.